Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Plays the Brawler, and if it isn't obvious from my current location, I decided to skip on ahead a little bit in the storyline. I didn't feel like that there was anything useful about the Brawler I could bring up by going through Western Rohan or by going through Gondor, so I have skipped ahead here into Mordor. I am now level 106. The gates have fallen, and I am about to head inside. Right, Gandalf? Or he called Mithrandir. He's Mithrandir here. All is not quiet in Mordor, my friend. I need someone like yourself to be my eyes upon the wreckage of Sauron's domain. Aragorn has appointed Sador, a captain of Gondor, to watch over the Black Gate. Others lead an expedition into Mordor. While you are not obliged, I ask you to join the company. Speak to Sador if you're willing to brave the plateau of Gorgoroth. And if I don't, don't have a story. And also,
Sauron has been defeated, but the evil he stirred to wakefulness persists.
so the main thing I'll be doing is the Black Book of Mordor. I just finished it on another series I was doing, so we'll be just starting it here. So I won't be doing the entire Black Book of Mordor, but I do need to do the first chapter because that leads to the class quest that was added back with Mordor, and that's the thing that I'm really interested in seeing is how do they handle the class quest with the Brawler, since I never tried it with that class before. Sauron has been defeated, but that is not the end of the evil he stirred into wakefulness, Pine Punch. Who can say what lies hidden beneath the shroud that covers Gorgoroth, beyond the wreckage of the Black Gate? The Dark Lord was a master of foul sorceries, and from the height of Barad-dûr he set many terrible plans into motion. I cannot believe that every one of them ended when he did. Oh, but you just said his plans were terrible. Oh, that definition of terrible. Okay. Adventurers have already begun, taking hesitant steps through the ruins of the gate. Let us join them, and I will take their measure. The dangers that await in Mordor will be too great for some of them, I warrant. Yes, of course. So I need to speak with him just inside the Black Gate. Now, before I go there, we do have the matter of my legendary items. I have an updated one here. Now, some of these, they still have their old, I think some of them are still back, like Empowered Blades. That's only a 4, which is what we picked up back when we were in Rohan. So this one isn't even useful before. It's now being ignored because the max level is 105. Now I did, when I skipped levels a little bit in here, did pick up a couple items in here, and actually it also, right, these are the 7, so these are ones that are at least going to be useful, though a little bit on the obsolete side. I'll have to eventually get them upgraded. And of course, I have a couple of empty spaces here that I'm going to need to be upgraded. And over in this end, I actually have some more 7s that are decent in here. I think some of these came from the Valor package. And I did manage to get 1 or 2 tracery drops that are at the 9 tier, which is the tier that I'm going to be seeking for in order to have everything, because that's when it starts at 106. So just after I get in 106, I managed to get a couple of those. But not many of them. I'm going to have to earn them as I'm going through the epic storyline, or I should say, the Black Book of Mordor. So it's going to take a little while. Speaking of a little while, let's trot over to our friends at the Black Gate. Welcome to Mordor! Please check your sanity at the gate. So we have Sador here, and of course we have Mithrain here. Let's take care of Sador first.
There is much to be done.
I'm sure there is. I cannot abandon my post here at the Black Gate. Aragorn has tasked me with keeping tally of those who enter Mordor, and passing what information we have learned on to him. Yet, there are affairs in Udun that must be looked after, which go unattended. You're going that way? Oh, good. Perhaps you can help some. Yes, I'm sure I could. What do you need me to do?
Rise up, ever wary.
I have expected a report these last 2 days from the Foothold. That is the near encampment of our men in Udun. A large, well-provisioned force is stationed there under Captain Lahir, and I can think of no reason for the silence. If you pass the Foothold, will you remind them of their duties? My patience grows thin. Yes, and we get silver signets of the Thondream, right? So we have to go in there, and now we have some adventurers here. 1, 2, 3, 4 adventurers here, and this one has a broken shield. This one has, at least he has armor, but no shield at all. This one is an elf. And this one is in completely inappropriate clothes for going into Mordor. Alright, what do you have?
Do these adventurers think the fall of Sauron emptied his land of evil?
It is as I thought. Some few of these adventurers are made of stern stuff, but most of them are not prepared for the dangers that await them. There are only 4 here, so I'm not too sure how you could have some few are made of stern stuff, but most of them aren't. With only 4, those words just don't quite gel to me. Do they think that the fall of Sauron has emptied his lands of evil? Aye, they believe none remain to guard his treasures, and they hope to have the picking of the coffers. But I must urge caution. Many of the artifacts that might be found within Mordor will be wholly evil, or corrupted any use for good folk. Most of these adventurers do not know the first thing about dealing with such fell entrapments. Speak with them, Pine Punch, and try to dissuade them from their hasty courses, or at least give them some warnings, so that they will not blunder to their fates all unawares. After they are duly warned, you should journey ahead and see what foes await in Udun. Look too for the forges where the weapons of which Sauron equipped the armies were made. Alright, fine. So we'll start with Broken Shield here.
It is an honor to meet you, for I have heard tell of your great deeds.
I would appreciate your help and your guidance in Mordor, if you would provide it, for I have a task of my own that I wish to undertake in the Black Land. I am called Onoth, and I'm a ranger of Ithilien. Well, at least he has some combat training then. I walk the woods for Faramir and will again if he commands it. But my heart urges me in another direction, and my feet would follow. For I am descended of the Thondream, men of Gondor who dwelt within the bounds of Mordor and kept a watch of the evil that stirred there. The Thondream built the great fortress of Durthland, the Black Shield, and from its high parapet they kept watch over the Udun. So the Thondream then... So it looks like then the Thondream are the men of the shield then, or something like that? But in time, the watch became less, and their numbers dwindled, and the Thondream failed. I wish to honor their memory and take vengeance upon the creatures of Sauron that slew them. Will you aid me? Well, if your shield is in that condition, I guess you'll need all the help you can get. But also I need to give you some warnings. I do not care for treasure, Pine Punch. All I seek is to honor the memory of the Thondream, and their blood runs in my veins. Alright, fine. He is here for vengeance. Okay, what about Rogreen?
The Vale of Udun lies ahead, and its treasures are ready for the taking.
Well, I see what he's here for. Yes, I am Rogreen, and I am a soldier of Gondor. I fought on the Pelennor and before the Black Gate, and now I'm prepared to seize the spoils of war from the clutches of the orcs who's fought for Sauron. They say that Sauron's dead, and I believe it. I was fighting at the base of one of the Slag Hills when the Mountain of Fire shook all of Mordor, and I felt the blast in my very bones. The Dark Lord was much nearer to the mountain than that, perhaps on the very slope, and not even he could survive that. Could he? No, I don't think so. Okay, well, I give a warning that some artifacts might be dangerous. I know dark magic when I see it, and I will not go so near anything of that sort. I want gold and silver and gems. Those are the spoils that I understand, and those are the spoils that I seek. The wizard need not worry for my account. I can take care of myself. Right. And we have this elf.
Can Sauron truly be gone from Mordor?
I respect the warnings of Mithrandir, but I do not need them, for I am Hearthaline, and this is not my first adventure into the Black Land. I fought at the side of the High King Gil-galad during the Battle of Dagorlad, and I know well the subtleties of Mordor. Many of my friends fell before the Black Gate, and many others met their ends on the slopes of Orodruin. I wish to pay my respects to those who fell long ago, and I have one other purpose beyond that. I have returned to Mordor with an abundance of caution, for I disbelieve that Sauron can truly be gone. Have we not heard that tale before? I desire to see proof with my own eyes, for he is a master of trickery and deceit, and has escaped death time and again. What is different this time? I welcome your assistance, Pine Punch. We will need to rely upon our friends when we journey to the realm of Sauron, whether he be truly dead or no. Well, she's seen Sauron and, Mordor, and even in a, worse state from our point of view. Right now it's in a pretty bad shape from the point of view of the current inhabitants.
I am a scholar from the Houses of Law in Minas Tirith.
Yes,
Knowledge awaits us.
Yes, I know you, Pine Punch, or rather I've heard tales of your mighty deeds that you've performed, and to a scholar that feels like much the same thing. Oh, my name is Hovadil, and I'm a scholar from the Houses of Lore. My master sent me to acquire artifacts and knowledge that might be found in Osgiliath following the recapture, but that seemed a bit on the dull side for me. I may have gotten a little carried away, but I challenge you to describe a more likely place to find artifacts and knowledge than the land of Mordor, which has remained closed to us for so long. You can't do it, can you? And nay, I thought not. That is why I asked the question. By the way, I have some warnings from Mithrandir. Oh yes, I will not take anything we find in there for granted, of course not. Oh, physically I'll take it, of course. Pick it up and carry it gently and carefully so as to protect anyone else from harm, and bring it back to the Houses of Lord for study. Oh, and thank you for the warning. Very useful things to have warnings. Folk are always giving me warnings for some reason or another. I think it makes them feel better. She's gonna die, isn't she? Oh well, into Udun. Oh yes, we'll have to deal with this Shadow of Mordor thing as we're here. But I think we should be able to handle it, at least at the lower levels, until we get some light. Well, the best source of light, of course, will be doing that quest that we are here for. Now, here is Udun.
Aye.
Aye. go. Tag this up. Oh, hi there.
Hey?
Muller sighs. Yes, you have my word that we will send a report just as soon as we've gathered our wits and made sense of this mess. There's no report because everything's all fouled up.
This land makes my skin crawl.
Duties? You must tell that to Captain Lockyer and all those men that he took with him, wherever they are. So, a little trouble in there. Right. What about Lockyer?
You find us bereft of command or purpose.
The captain charged with overseeing this encampment marched off yesterday, nearly all the stationed men at his side. The scouting expedition, as he named it, disappeared into the smoky green miasma, as we have not seen or heard of them since. Captain Lockyer's only orders to the few of us that remained was to stay put. Surely he meant to have returned by now, and surely the thing of utmost importance is to learn what became of them. Molnir's then glares meaningfully at the other soldier. No matter what my brother-at-arms here will attempt to persuade you, we cannot go after them. Our orders forbid it. But you may. I beg of you, say what you will. Lives may depend on it. We saw them head to east into Udun, then turn south shortly on the central road. Alright, so we need to go and follow them.
A riddle has come to us, perhaps of great importance.
I'm not in the mood to go through that riddle series, so we'll skip that for the moment. Anything here that has us useful? Oh, that's purchase a flame. Yes, but I've got one of those flames already. They give them when you start out your character now, because they're now useful before Mordor in addition to during Mordor. But I think I need to kill a few mobs and look for Captain Lockyer. Ah, foes. A 107 signature in Mordor with some shadow. I think that'll help to take us some measure here. He's certainly full of nasty things, that's for sure. The Fist of Urukhor. Defeat enforcers of Urukhor. 1 of 12. Well, we'll see. If I remember correctly, that usually takes some time in order to finish. We can also take care of some trolls. Forge workers of Udun. That'll take us a little bit of time. Alright. Oh, Frenzy Nernhoth. Defeat foes in Udun, of course. Oh, Gearworks. Okay, well, we'll see about that. Might as well at least do the first phase of it and collect the gears, just for the XP and potential other things. Right? It's just worth the XP. Yeah. Oh, and some legendary item XP, which means that could help me on the rewards track. And speaking of the rewards track, it got reset yesterday, so yeah, I'm way at the beginning on that again. I managed to get some script on it. Maybe I'll have enough script in order to help to fill in some of those blank spots that I have on my legendary item. I might as well take care of the blank spots first. Maybe I could just go and get some yellow ones, since if they're ones that I'm not upgrading but just using the first one on, I don't have to worry about trying to decide, oh, do I want to keep a gold one that is slightly under leveled, or do I want to get a new one that's going to be of a slightly higher level on there. Okay, and you. Let's see. Oh, and forge workers. Who carries gears with them? Alright. This seems to have plenty of foes, but it seems not to have a captain or anything like that. So I obviously turned a little bit early for that. Yeah, it looks like I didn't turn early. Instead, I cut corners so that I missed these guys.
Eyes up, ever wary.
Ah, good! They sent another! The soldier does not even look up to take you in. Well then, what are you waiting for? Lend a hand. The captain's command was to roll over every stone and pry open every soldier's chest until we found something of value. If we don't step up the pace, soldier, we'll be out of here yet another day. Alright, so search amongst the rubble. Find. Sounds like some sort of orders to do so. So what do I need? I need... Oh, rubble. Where is the rubble? Hey, you can tell me where the rubble is? I didn't think so. Oh. Oh, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Oh. Okay. I'm supposed to be checking the chests that are within the rubble, and that this... I was looking for little piles of rubble that I was supposed to be searching through. Hello. Don't assume what you're looking for. If it's glowing, it's probably what you want. There we go. Let's just get through this. And maybe we can find something a little bit more challenging at some point. And this is Mordor. Actually, this quest line does lead to an area that I think will be a little bit on the challenging side. We'll have to find that out for sure when we get there. Oopsie daisy. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Hey, did I... Okay, so search Udun for Forges of Mornour. Oh, well, actually, that would be probably a good place to go. First, I need to search the last of these chests. Did I miss one, or did I have... Oh, yeah, I did miss one. Discarded chest, right... Oh. There's the one I ignored. Here we go. We'll find enforcers all throughout the trip to Udun, so I'm not going to run through that one quickly. I'll just take that off of there. And I'll just run to gears and crankshafts all over the place. Actually, if I'm going to be attacked by a goblin, he's going to drop them probably. So, where were we?
For Gondor.
At last, Eodan lifts his gaze. His eyes widen in surprise when he sees that you are not a common soldier. You explain that you have come looking for Captain Lochir. Well now, we were hardly with him long, were we? Got a ways down the road, saw some refuse, and he sent us here. Seemed to think some treasure, real treasure, might be just under the next bit of rubble. I can't rightly say that he set out with that in mind, but the idea seemed to seize him somehow, if you understand me. It comes to me now that we may have been the lucky ones. You think you were the lucky ones to be sent here on a goose chase? Yes, perhaps it is well that you are looking after him. We know he carried on farther down the road. We watched him go, I'll confess. Set his sights on something, and after a stretch turned north. You go looking, you'll find the signs of him, I guess. Alright, so I'll continue following, looking for him. And he must really be in trouble if you think that you guys are the lucky ones being stuck in this wretched location. Do I want to look for the captain, or do I want to go to the forges? I'll decide that in the next episode of Piney Plays the Brawler.